Where is he? My heart's racing. My heart is racing. Video.
How old are you? It's okay. It's like a reverse. Right? Oh, right? You were being facetious. Tuesday's the third time. Yeah, that's great.
You have 3 sons. One went to Bucknell, one went to Lafayette.
Hey, wow.
Hi, Dad. You have to wear the crown.
Oh, yeah. Wear the hat. That's all.
Zachary, are you taking pictures?
I'm stuck in the bathroom for hours with them, and I'm like, you know, I'm so close to. I'm like, how about those, you know?
I've known Big Guy for about 20 years now. Our relationship was a little rocky at first because he thought I was a farm boy from upstate New York who never wore shoes. A lot has changed in 20 years, and our relationship has become more father and son. And we have developed a great friendship as well. Don't get me wrong, there were plenty of arguments as we tore down walls together, hung sheetrock, painted, and worked on countless other projects. I've heard so many times, Jason, listen to me. More times than I can recall, and I've learned some valuable life lessons along the way. I've learned that there's nothing we can't tackle. If we do it wrong, we do it again. A lot of the times the project would turn into 2 with one swing of the hammer. He taught me that I never need directions and that there's always extra pieces when you put something together. I've learned that eyeglasses go in your mouth when you're trying to make a decision. He taught me always to have plenty of extension cords, even though none of them were ever plugged in. He's even coined his own phrase in our house. It's called Don Tight. Because when Big Guy tightens something, it usually means it's now broken or will never come off again. When he's offered a beer, you can bet money his response will be, same price? When he plays basketball, he licks his fingers before every shot, and the rules according to Don are, no blood, no foul. The best lesson I've learned from Big Guy are about his character. He has so many one-liners that we use in our house on a daily basis that I'm not even sure you're familiar with, that you're not even aware of it. Me and the boys have put together a top 10 list of Big Guy one-liners, and here they are. This is one I never understood. Does Carter have pills? Number 9.
Number 9. You fly, I'll buy.
Number 8. It's out of here. Number 7. Give me a break.
Number 6, who's my buddy?
Number 5, I'd rather be lucky than good any day. Number 4, what does Grandpa say when he answers the phone?
Yellow.
Yellow. Number 3, hey, sports fans.
Number 2, what are you, Sissy Mary?
And the number 1 big guy top saying is, dearly beloved. Happy birthday, we love you.
Painting inflicted on many people that surrounded him. Basketball, racquetball. I think there's a few guys he had to play racquetball with him. But at least I had one story where I was able to actually knock out 2 of his teeth. And as he was, I wouldn't say crying in pain, but he walked away and was bleeding, I was actually turning away and laughing. Because he abused me so much before that. So it was gratifying. Thank God, I'm telling you, I had to tell you now that. But on behalf of myself here, at least, Big Guy, I love you. You've done a lot for me in my life. I was a kid struggling to figure out what I was going to do in life, and him, I hate to say it, busted my chops, or busted my yangas. Call it what you want. Every day, day in and day out, just to drive me to be better. I have to say it's got me to where I am now. And again, on behalf of myself, happy birthday, happy 70th, and I love you, and that's it.
What I have learned from my dad. Anyone who knows me knows that I've always embraced being daddy's girl. I'm never too old to put on the old "I need you," which sounds something like "Daddy," voice, and proceed to ask my question. Whether it's about a handyman project or, help me, I'm on road number 107 and Dave took my GPS and all these roads are labeled wrong and I can't find the LIE. Calm down, I'll get you there. Dad even helps answer my questions about weather. Did everybody know that he used to be a weatherman in the Navy? He was.
Thank you, honey. I'm sorry.
Dad always has the answers. I'm not sure how he stores so much knowledge in his brain about every topic, but I count on it on a regular basis. I'm not sure if Dave would agree, as he cringes every time I challenge his input and say, well, let me ask Daddy before we decide. Dave's not here today, but I promise this would be on his top 10 list of things to change about me. When we were kids, Dad taught us how to do some unusual tasks for girls that would eventually help mold who we are today. Things like painting our basement as a family, which was a lovely shade of puke green. Going to the biggest hills to go sleigh riding, all piled on top of each other, and it's a miracle we ever survived. Mowing the grass, but after we walked to the gas station to refill the portable gas tank ourselves. And, of course, how to crush a softball. It's worth mentioning that if we didn't do any of these things, we were told, what are you, a Mary? Oh yeah, I guess he also taught us how to be tough. He also taught me to be the life of the party, whether he knew it or not. My friends, and Todd, thank you for that. Dad's work ethic, by working 2 and 3 jobs to allow his girls to have nice clothes and do special activities, taught us to be strong and tenacious when setting and eventually achieving our goals. He and Mom set high ethical standards, and I'm thankful for this lesson. I always have been, and always will be, proud to be Don Werner's daughter. Thanks, Dad, for being you.
Don Werner, a.k.a. Big Guy. Or what he likes me to call him when we're alone, Honey. person that you are. You helped me and my family in ways no other father would ever do for their family. Just want to say thank you. Who else can renovate a house in 1 month's time? Werner. Again, thank you for giving me the courage to try new projects around the house, whether it's fixing a wall or repairing a car. I only try these things because I know you're so far, a phone call away and you'd be able to help in a heartbeat. Thank you very much. Have a happy birthday. You're the best.
I know I'm the oldest, but I'm probably the worst at this. So. I'm thankful for my dad.
Tough like them died.
Michelle's giving advice. We're in
Giving
trouble.
advice on how to do this.
I'm not a liberal. I don't have a liberal here. Oprah's Life Class. It's on the OWN network. Find your Oprah. The liberal sister told the conservative to find her Oprah.
Right from the core. Find your Oprah. Trust me.
He taught me that I can do anything I set my mind to, and not to set my goals too low. He taught me to throw and hit a ball like a boy. Most people say don't you throw like a girl. My father taught me how to throw and hit like a boy. I never give up when I set my mind to accomplish something. He showed me through the endless videos of my dance throw competitions how to improve what I thought was my best. Doesn't matter if you're a state champion or not. You can always improve. I've carried that lesson with me throughout my life, and I have used that visual technique to conquer just about anything and everything I ever stood in my way. Just ask Spiro, he'll tell you. I'm sure many of you can imagine, boyfriends learned a lesson immediately. My dad was a champion wrestler. Most dads greet their daughters' boyfriends with a simple yet firm handshake, not my dad. He greeted every guy not only with a handshake, but if you can imagine, just picture it, a handshake that turned into his wrestling stance. I knew Brian was the one when he just giggled when my dad tried to wrestle him. And instantly they were friends. Dad created a bond with Brian and was showing him how to do that he too should believe in himself, convincing him he can take on any challenge. From rebuilding our house to fixing our cars and everything in between. Together, they just seem to figure it out. Many of you don't know my alternator on my new car just went. My father says this was just not too long ago. He says, tell Boomer we can fix that. So he found on the internet how to fix an alternator in my very complicated car, and they fixed it. It's crazy. Okay. I'm grateful for the gift he has given my son since the day he was born. Grandpa showed up at the hospital with every kind of sports equipment known to man for the 5-pound premature Leo. He finally had his boy. Leo didn't take that request lightly and wants to make Grandpa proud at each and every sporting event he participates in, which are many. When Grandpa is not at a game or a tournament, which is rare, the first phone call is to Grandpa with a play-by-play of the triumphs and disappointments of the day. His love of his grandchildren and the games they play spilled over to Leo's friends. Even Leo's best bud Dan always looks for Grandpa at the games and asks, "Hey Leo, is Animal coming?" Dan and Grandpa call each other Animal, a result of Dad trying to wrestle Dan. And the tradition continues. Happy birthday, Dad, with many more to come. You're one tough cookie that never gives up.
And the big guy says, "You come with me." Throws me the keys and says, "All right, get us home." Pennsylvania all the way to Long Island. I think I did great until we got to the toll booths on the Drogsack Bridge, and they stalled it out. And had about 8,000 cars honking behind us, trying to figure out who's this idiot in the red pickup truck with the kid who doesn't know how to drive the stick shift. So that's just a quick memory, but thanks, big guy, for everything over the years. Yeah, from everything from soda money, from wrestling on the beach in the backyard, camping. To this day, if you go to Google Maps and look at my house in Massachusetts, there's a big camper out front in the driveway. Big guy who was up there for my 30th birthday. But thanks for everything, and I'm gonna go back home and practice my hiney shot so I can take you down the horse on Thanksgiving.
I just want to thank you from my son. I know you weren't feeling well over the spring, and it was his senior year as a high school lacrosse player from Garden City. He didn't get in that much, but my parents were in Florida and couldn't make it to the games, but you did. And you were the one he wanted to call when something happened with lacrosse, and you were the one he wanted to call to let you know what was going on. And I spoke to him yesterday and told him that there was a party for you today, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "How is he doing?" Because he really, really thinks very highly.
We would have told him early, but he would have called you and said, "Happy surprise."
Yeah. So I just want to thank you
like
for
Maddie.
being his surrogate grandfather when his grandfather couldn't be there, and he appreciates everything that you did for him.
We love you, honey bear.
It just keeps going on. Remember the night, I think you and Frieza put me on my front step, rang the doorbell, and ran. Left me to my wife. Broken up. She was all the blood.
It will take a little while to light, but it's up to you guys.
They understood that. How about the time I was your wife?
Okay.
Carol
Yes?
I know this.
Yeah.
I filled in for you. I was his wife coming back from Florida.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, when
You were the gay
motorhome,
couple.
the slide went flying out on I-95, and the woman says to Don, "You better send your wife out. I think something's wrong." "Okay, I'll send her right out." Hey, John, and that was it. What looks we got on I-95. That was, no, but he's always been a good friend. I almost lost my job because of Don. No, I had one foot out the door, the other on a banana peel, so my kids could drive around in a beautiful UPS truck that he made that passed around through all the families. But when Don made it, it was okay. When I rode in it with my kids, and then Don found out about it, and he went to the boss and said, "What are you picking on him for? That's my truck." "Oh, well, that's okay. Let y'all work." But Don has been, and still is, a very good friend. You don't have to call him for help. He's always there. Like the time we changed the motor in the water, and I needed somebody to lift 300 pounds. "Oh, I'll be right over, big guy." And he just lifted it right up and pulled it off the boat and stuck it on the dock. But yeah, that's what a good friend is. And it's only been 35 years. But who could ask for a better friend? Happy birthday.
Brian, hold on. This is the infamous nephew.
Put the speaker on.
I don't know how to do that.
No. Put that.
Oh.
Hey, thanks, pal.
Yeah, he might drop that.
Good. I look forward to
You got showed up by the little one. Yeah, the little one got showed up by the little one.
Probably negotiate some soda money.
He is, yeah.
Your money.
No, we've always
Wherever
soda
it is,
money.
I'm going to be there.
Aunt Mary Ann said they weren't allowed to drink beer.
Hey, thanks for the call. I really appreciate it.
This
I
is
love
like
you
a
too, Pat.
calls and everything. Paula, you're on the air. Okay, Brian.
Just a quick memory from Uncle Don. There's 1,000 of them, but one that stands out the most to me is college basketball game, sophomore year. We were in Mount St. Mary's. They were out visiting the Groovers, and they came to the game. Uncle Don always made the effort to come to the game, and was my biggest fan. It was a close game. Should have beat the team by more than we beat them by. Coach comes into the locker room after the game, ready to read us the riot act because we didn't play well. It's dead silent. On the game, you think we'd be celebrating. A minute later, the door busts open. Hey, sports fans! Great game! Coach looks at me, who's this guy? Uncle Don's going around the room high-fiving everyone. There's a million stories like that we can tell. You know, most of them are related to sports or beer or both. I had my first beer with Uncle Don. I'm looking forward to having some more with him when he's feeling better. So, Uncle Don, cheers again. Thank you for all the great times and memories. Thank you.
Okay.
It's like a furnace of milk.
It's getting hot in here.
This is the first time I've been performing. I want to take my clothes off. I don't want attitude. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Happy birthday to you. Yippee!
One more. Hurry up. One more. Yeah, all right. High five. High five, Nick. Zach.
And to have such great family and great friends, I can't thank you all enough. And I love you all.
We love you.